So our primary focus is to help banks and other financial institutions fight financial crime. So assisting with anti-money laundering and know your customer initiatives, these types of things. Data isn't simple. It seems simple, but when we actually get into a technical construct, it's not. These AI digital workers that our customers use us for, they pull together the tech that's needed to be able to do these what are effectively manual jobs.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Kyle Hoback, Director of Product Marketing at WorkFusion. Kyle, how you doing today?
Doing well.
Great. Appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about WorkFusion.
Sure. So I lead product marketing at WorkFusion, which basically means I sit between our product teams, our engineering, marketing, and sales, really explaining what our software does to internal and external teams. I've been with the company for a little over 10 years at this point, doing this type of role for the past 5 years or so. Before that, I was on our sales team as a solution consultant, working with customers every day. Before that, in the consulting world, so was at Carney and Booz Allen, doing a eclectic mix of various projects.
Excellent. And tell us a little bit about WorkFusion and what you guys are doing there.
Sure. So we have an AI and automation software really focused on operations teams. So we kind of packaged this up in a phrase we call AI digital workers. So our primary focus is to help banks and other financial institutions fight financial crime. So assisting with anti-money laundering and know your customer initiatives, these types of things. We also have customers in transportation and logistics that expedite their supply chains, and healthcare to simplify patient care. So all these companies really have this core issue, which is what I like to call people pushing digital paperwork. They're checking a name against a terrorist watch list, or they're entering an invoice and bill of lading details into a system. To date, there's just been a lot of people that have been doing these types of processes because the data isn't simple necessarily. It seems simple, but when we actually get into a technical construct, it's not. And it hasn't been a simple solution. So with many technologies, but especially AI, it's here to help. But it's not just AI, it's other things. So these AI digital workers that our customers use us for, they pull together the tech that's needed to be able to do these for effectively manual jobs.
Excellent. And in terms of your clients, what verticals are you servicing? I know you mentioned a couple.
We have our biggest focus has been on banking and financial services, but we have customers across a little bit of everything. So there's technology, there's entertainment, there's transportation, logistics, there's insurance, healthcare, really anybody for different reasons. Banking financial services where we spend most of our time, but spending more and more time with the other industries over time as well.
And what are the most common problems that your platform is solving for your clients?
I mentioned this people pushing digital paperwork type of process, right? So I'll give you an example. So for one of the digital workers that we've created is called Evelyn. So one of the things Evelyn does is she goes through what's called adverse media screens. So when someone opens an account at a bank, or when a bank is looking at their customer base, they need to make sure that there's someone they want to do business with. And one of the ways that they do that is go to the news and see if someone's been up to no good. And it sounds simple. Someone just takes a name, goes to Google, drops it in, does a quick search, creates a report. High level seems simple, but it takes 20-30 minutes to do it in a way that a regulator accepts that that's been done properly. If you don't document it, then the regulators assume it hasn't happened, and if the regulator assumes it hasn't happened, then there's potential fines and these sorts of things that are available that happen. So everything has to be documented. It takes about 20-30 minutes. With automation, especially with Evelyn, that can be cut down to 3 to 5 minutes. In some cases, cut down completely. So 5x, 10x type of return here. And it takes a number of different technologies to pull it off. So you have to get access to news sources, have to understand the news articles from a few different lenses. So like Bernie Madoff, I'm not probably doing a search for him anymore, but Bernie Madoff is in a lot of articles for financial crime, but actually a lot of those articles aren't about him. Someone else that does a Ponzi scheme is going to show up and they'll mention Bernie Madoff, but the article's not really about him. So it's kind of something that, isn't relevant. Or Martha Stewart is in lots of content. Some of it deals with financial crime. Very little of it is, probably none of it is about the relevant recent stuff, but she's going to need lots of things. It has to understand that as well. It's not, even though she's in there in an article, it just doesn't have anything to do with what we're searching for. So AI is really good about moving those things into the proper buckets to understand what's important. So that analysts, when they come in and have this 20, 30-minute search they had to do before, it's cut down to 2 or 3 minutes because the articles have been collected, they've been analyzed and prioritized. And then once they've kind of done their final review, they can click a button and that report gets generated. Really simplifying these operations.
That's the proper use of AI. I mean, to shorten that sort of cycle is phenomenal. Now, here's Pandora's box for you. Are we replacing human beings at this point? Is this stepping in, and are we losing jobs to AI in the context of this particular research and this sort of cross-reference?
Yes, so not really. I mean, it's a fair question. It's a fair question everyone should be asking, but not really. So we've personified AI to make it easier for our customers to get their heads around it. And, they can effectively hire it like a person. So, but they're hiring these people to help their team, not really hiring these people to get rid of their team. One of the banks that I worked with a number of years ago, still a customer of ours, but one of the things they mentioned is if they get something simple like an address change. So office changes their location across town, across the street, or a restaurant moves locations. It's going to take them all day to update that address, because they'll probably get it from an email. They'll come in and be like, hey, we just moved. Want to make sure you get that updated. And then it'll take them all day to update it because they have 7 different legacy systems that they have to key this information into. The systems are old, so they're kind of down at different times. And it's just a long process. Something that should take seconds should just happen. And it doesn't because there's issues in the way. Understanding the email. So from a technical perspective, it's not simple because you have to understand the email, get the address out, check it against the rules, and then work with these other systems. So it takes a little bit of complex technology to be done. But in any case, if that's something people should be doing, people shouldn't be waiting all day to just key in an address 7 different times. So that's the type of thing that you can help people with. Another thing is with the Russians' invasion of Ukraine, that led to lots of sanctions activities. So that increased sanctions that was in the news, what did that really mean? Well, in a lot of cases, it meant that banks now had to check more lists, more names when they were opening accounts and these sorts of things, and making them noisier. A lot of people have similar names, and they have to, is that the right person that I'm looking for? That sort of thing. So these are situations where people aren't looking to be replaced, they're looking to help people out so they don't have to do the things they shouldn't be doing. So a lot of our customers that have come on are really looking to help their people, makes the work better for their people, and not really looking to replace people along the way.
Excellent. Well, I mean, it sounds like the level of efficiency you can attain with that sort of system. The output has to be exponentially greater than it used to be in that industry. What differentiates you from your competition in this marketplace?
Sure. So a lot of it is really in this packaging of the AI digital workers. So yes, we have a AI platform that pulls together multiple capabilities. You can do lots of things, but do lots of them better than others. But really where it comes together is able to package this up as a digital worker that can be hired to be able to do this type of work. So in many cases, those are pre-built models. So that adverse media thing I talked about before, Evelyn is her name, that's pre-built. They don't need to spend months or years building this type of technology. They can essentially hire it. They can use it as is, start sending names to it, and get their integration worked up in what ends up being a couple of weeks just to get all the approvals and everything, but it's ready to go. So because it's all done, because it's all packaged, you have ready to go software, makes it a lot easier for banks to start getting value out of AI, and other organizations to get value out of AI more quickly than they'd get if they relied on their own teams to do it, or even other software tools where it's really just a means to build and do things in different ways.
Excellent. And what's the origin story of WorkFusion? When did they come to be?
So I've been in the company about 10 years. A couple years before that, there was some research at MIT, I believe, where some aspects around really in the financial crime space, actually. So there's some research roots there, and then it's been a progression over different types of industries, different types of approaches, just to kind of fine tune what's the right way to go to market, and getting a lot of recent success, especially in this approach at FinCrime, where kind of an aspect that our software can help. But then we have some other verticals and things that are opening up because making many things easier in lots of different ways.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about the last couple of years. It's been a challenging time for most businesses to sustain themselves through COVID. And I would think that in your industry, as people go remotely and there's more access points to every company and there's so much going on and level setting that needs to be done, that your sort of platform would be invaluable. Tell me about how you've managed to grow the business through COVID.
Yeah, so when COVID hit, a lot of our customers had pain with just their employees being able to get access to do the work they're supposed to do. If they can't go into the office, they were used to going into the office, having a terminal they sit into, they log into, and they do their manual type of work. If the people can't get to the office, then you have a different way you have to approach it. So a lot of it was just trying to help them navigate remote work until they were set up to be able to do things remotely. They needed something to work in the short term. But then as we've kind of accelerated out of it, there's kind of new things, new reasons, new issues for people to uncover. A lot of our customers had these manual operations issues well before the pandemic, and just continue to get worse. Impending recessions, and there's going to be a recession next week, every week for the past couple of years, it seems like. And so there's just uncertainty in the market. With technology, you have more certainty. They're going to show up. It's going to be able to get through the work. There's still a need for people to assist them and help with some things. There's some, especially on these things that have to get done at a certain time frame. Applying technology to be able to do these is helpful. So in some of these scenarios, it's very useful to have technology employed. So that's where we're finding some success from market.
Excellent. All right, let's put on your marketing hat for a second.
Sure.
What role has content played in the growth of WorkFusion?
So a lot of it comes from thought leadership. So being in a position to, with AI kind of scaring everybody, but also intriguing everybody, being able to explain that in a way that makes people, want to accept, want to adopt it into their organizations, makes them comfortable doing it. That's another thing, which is a little bit of thought leadership, and also just a little bit of just explanation of what it really is, that it's real things, that it does, that it's not making stuff up, these sorts of things. So a lot of thought leadership, a lot of just being comfortable. And the other thing is just having enough content to hit people when they need it. So a lot of our customers have lots of problems that they're trying to solve for. We don't solve every problem that our buyers have. They have lots of different problems. Some of them are more urgent than others. I could make the claim that especially in the financial crime space, every bank needs us. Some know they need us. Some know they need us and they can't get to it. Some don't know yet, but they probably will. There's a need, but the timing isn't always right. So making sure that when the timing is right, they're able to, see it, get up to speed on it, understand what they need, and figure out how to engage with it and adopt things correctly. So kind of that whole content need is something we have met in some ways, but also continue to need to continue to update and continue to move.
Excellent. All right. Look down the road a year from now, what are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
So, professionally, be great to have submitted our pre-IPO paperwork, to have done the right things to make sure that the sales team is selling, that everything else is working in such a way that we're able to get to the next step from a company perspective. Personally, that means that I enable the sales team correctly, that I work with the analyst community correctly to get our message out in the right way, to assist people that need help to move things along from a very personal perspective. But my kids are healthy and all that fun stuff, and that we're going smooth and everything that way, whatever that means a year from now. So maybe bath time's easier and getting to school is easier. There's those kinds of things. So.
Hey, as a parent, smooth is a good word. Well, hey, I wish you all the best in those endeavors. Please tell us, what's your URL? Where can people find WorkFusion, and what social media outlets are you using these days as well?
Sure. WorkFusion.com, WorkSusion. I believe I spelled that right. Just WorkFusion, one word. We're mostly on LinkedIn. I think we're on some other things, but LinkedIn's where we do most of our traffic these days. So that's the easiest, best place to find us.
Kyle Hoback of WorkFusion, thank you for spending some time with us at Business Ninjas. I wish you and yours and all the best and continued success at WorkFusion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.